Shalom, and welcome back to Bnei Noach Academy, Thoughts on the Torah. Please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and most importantly, to share this wisdom and inspiration with friends and family. When you look in the book of Leviticus, chapter 13, where it begins the discussion of the various skin afflictions, which causes one to become impure for a certain period of time, and that results in, once the person has been declared as impure, that results in the terrible effect of it, which is that the person has to become isolated. The person has to be removed, so to speak, from society for the period of time in which he or she is impure, until they go through the process of re-entry, repurification, that's ritually pure, that is, back into society. But there's something very interesting and very telling. Continuously, beginning with verse 3 in chapter 13, it continuously instructs us to seek the advice, or more than just advice, seek the determination of the Kohen, of the priest, any priest, but the person must be a priest. He must be from the priestly family. He must be an actual Kohen. The question is, why? And let me explain the question. The Talmud actually explains that the Kohen, even if he's not an expert on the various shades, and thus not able to determine on his own, meaning he's not on his own able to make the call whether the person is pure or impure, and thus needs to rely on the expertise of an actual expert, an actual learned rabbi or scholar who does know the various, to distinguish between the various shades of white and so on. Yet that rabbi cannot make the determination. That scholar, that expert cannot make the call. It needs to be made by a Kohen. So thus what would happen in a case like that, the Kohen would seek the advice of this expert who would examine it and advise the Kohen what statement to make. And then the Kohen, the priest, would make the statement and say pure or ritually impure. And the question is, what's this all about? Why? Why does it need to be made by a Kohen? And what is the lesson for us in this? The answer is, throughout the Torah, we find that fundamentally a Kohen, a priest of God, represents the epitome of chesed. Chesed means kindness. In fact, the very first Kohen, the father of all the Kohanim, the father of all priests, Aaron, Moshe's brother, was famous and well known for his excessive kindness and generosity. Thus, the Kohen is called Ish HaChesed, literally translated a man of kindness, one who possesses the ultimate level of kindness. Thus, what the Torah is teaching us, when it comes to making a determination whether another person is impure, whether another person needs to now go through this difficult period, endure this painful results of becoming impure, meaning that the person now needs to endure separation from society and this isolation. This can only be done by somebody who has the utmost love for his fellow human being. This cannot be done by someone who just happens to be a scholar or well-versed in the details and the rules and the laws of Tza'ra'at. Because when it comes to making a determination about somebody else, you need to be full of love. You need to be full of kindness first before you can call the shots, before you can make a determination which may actually have to hurt someone else. And this teaches us something. When you're in a bad place, when you're not in a good place, when you're not in a loving place, don't pass judgment on someone else. It's never a good idea to pass judgment, but there are times when you need to pass judgment. You need to make a determination, especially when you're in a position of authority, you're in a position of leadership, but only do it when it's coming from a place of kindness. Now, kindness doesn't always mean softness. Kindness doesn't mean to be pushed over. If you need to make a determination, if you need to let someone go, if you need to reprimand someone, that is part of what your duties are, and that's what your authority calls for. But always do it from a place of kindness, of goodness.